Women's fashions are more than fabric, lace, and ribbons. In the clothing women wore and in the stories of their owners, we can trace the patterns of their culture, including how society viewed women and, in turn, how they viewed themselves. If you listen closely, the fabrics, lace, and ribbons can speak to you. This series explores the clothing and textile collection from Grinnell Historical Museum, a small museum located in Grinnell, Iowa. The dictionary describes a doll as a small figure of a human being used as a child's toy. This is the way most people think of dolls, and for centuries, dolls of this type have been beloved companions to countless children. But there is another type of doll, one that is not made to be played with, a doll that is meant to be displayed, admired, and studied. Most are one-of-a-kind creations that might be considered works of art, created by skilled individuals and appreciated for their beauty. This episode features examples of these types of dolls, specifically a collection of Door of Hope missions dolls from China. These 17 dolls were purchased from the mission in 1930 and 1931 by Dr. Sarah Ann Brown and donated to the museum by her in 1986. The Door of Hope mission was established in Shanghai, China in 1901. Cornelia Bonnell and 5 other missionary women were concerned about the plight of Chinese girls and young women. The mission's purpose was to provide a safe haven for destitute and unwanted young girls who might otherwise be doomed to life on the streets. The girls were taught academic skills and also practical skills, which included sewing, knitting, and embroidery. The mission operated in Shanghai for about 50 years, and during that time it is estimated that up to 5,000 girls and women passed through its doors. Most girls stayed about 2 years, gaining skills that would enable them to be self-supporting. After mastering needlework and sewing, the young women made clothing for the dolls, which were then sold, providing money for the girls and for the mission as well. Each doll began with a face and hands hand-carved from pear wood by skilled local craftsmen, resulting in a unique image for each doll. The face and hair were painted on the heads and then attached, along with the hands, to cloth bodies stuffed with cotton. The girls at the mission constructed authentically detailed clothing with tiny, well-executed stitches. Some garments displayed looped fasteners, called frog closures, as well as distinctive footwear, with each piece contributing to traditional costumes of Chinese people at the time. This bride's clothing, with its beadwork and embroidered silk fabric, is a splendid example. Specific garments maintained cultural identity. Headwear, fabrics, and color, along with trims and embellishment, were indicators of the age, gender, and social status of the wearer. This doll is an ama, a nurse. On her back, she carries the baby for whom she is responsible. She is of the working class, so she wears a simple cotton jacket over pants. In contrast, the baby wears pink silk clothing, a hat with tassels, embroidered slippers, and is carried in a silk pouch. These 2 dolls represent family mourners, dressed in coarse hemp fabric, signifying the somberness of mourning. The 3 cotton balls on the man's hat catch his tears, and the woman's long-brimmed hat hides her grief. This doll is a farmer. He wears simple blue cotton pants and jacket and is covered with straw to protect him from the rain. He works barefoot in the fields, while his wide straw hat shields him from the sun. Other dolls offer a glimpse into the interesting and varied occupations and social positions that could be found daily in the early part of 20th century Shanghai. The Door of Hope mission dolls are just one of many ways to learn about other people. Dolls from other countries, like those in Sarah Ann Brown's collection, provide opportunities to explore and appreciate other cultures. They can play a part in the process of bridging the gap between different traditions, leading the way to greater tolerance and understanding.